Good morning, and by morning I mean that it's actually dinner time, and by dinner time I mean look, we're making dinner! Woohoo! Woohoo! So I was gonna make dinner for everyone, but my friend Benjamin is over.
Hi!
You might remember him. And I was like, oh, how should I cook this? And I was like, do you think I should put this or this or this in first? And he was like explaining it to me. He's like, oh, you have to like put the onions in longest so that they cook properly, but then you want to just sear the pineapples so that they're juicy and stuff, and he went on and on. And then finally he was just like, do you want me to just do it? So I was like, okay. And then I went back downstairs and started working, and he's been cooking up here ever since. Thank you.
No problem. It's my pleasure.
What are you doing?
Making a mess.
What did you just...
It's just oils from the meat.
I thought that was supposed to go in the stir fry, not the rice. Now what are we gonna do for the stir fry? Like, there's no sauce for it now.
Just trust me.
Oh. So I left Ben to his own devices for like an hour, and then I came back, and he had like
what we have.
16 spices and like 3 ingredients that I did not have for him, and then there's cinnamon sticks and a leaf.
Bay leaf. That's a bay leaf. That's a cinnamon stick. This is brown rice.
That already has the meat juice and pineapple juice in it.
And coconut oil.
Bay leaf and cinnamon stick, eh?
Yeah, hearty and sweet together. It's like a magical union.
I feel like you're making this really complicated. I just wanted to eat something before we left.
It will be good, I promise.
I'm sure it will. It looks dreamy. Here, let me do like an art thing.
Look at this.
Oh, look at that.
Look at all this business. So that's beef. There's a little bit of pineapple there. Ooh, watch that pineapple turn.
Yum.
And then there's sweet potato there, and some red pepper. And
is that what all the banging was? I was like typing downstairs and I just heard like upstairs. I'm like, I thought he was cooking.
Master chopping. Yep.
Okay, put it in my mouth.
So early last month there were a couple vlogs where I explored my ADHD with the other people that lived here, and I saw a doctor for the first time in a really long time, and I looked into what I knew I had from being a kid, but something that I haven't really explored since being an early teenager, and they re-diagnosed me as having ADHD as an adult, and they prescribed me pills, which I've been taking every day for 4 weeks and 1 day. And I know specifically it was that duration because I started on a Wednesday, and 2 weeks went by, and I was taking 30 milligrams a day of a drug called Vyvanse, and then I went back to the doctor 2 weeks and a day ago, and they upped me from 30 grams to 40 grams, which was always part of the plan, because they kind of want to ease you into it. They don't want to like totally just take over your life and like hit you like a wall to the face and just give you way too much too soon. And so I was taking 40 milligrams a day, and I never missed a day. So yesterday, I needed to go back to the doctor again, tell him how I feel about the 40 milligrams, and see if I want to stay at 40, or go to 50, which I don't, or go back down to 30, and just kind of like talk it out and see how we feel. So yesterday, I didn't do that. I didn't get to go up. Actually, I got up. Actually, I woke up early, and I got ready, and when I looked out the window, the snow was coming down so much that all of Ontario and New York State and a bunch of other places in that northeastern part of America and southeastern part of Canada, I don't know, were shut down because the snow was that bad, and school shut down, and a lot of work shut down, and trains and buses shut down, and roads were shut down. So I stayed inside, and I didn't go, and I was just like, alright, well, I don't have any pills, so we're gonna ride through it, and it's not something I really wanted to talk about yesterday because I kind of didn't know what was going to happen, and I didn't know how I was going to feel, and you know, I got to experience after a month of taking pills what it was like to not take a pill. And it was, without a doubt, really interesting. Now I'm certain that just having one day without the pill wasn't enough for me to get a firm grasp on everything, what it would be like to stop taking the pills. But this morning I woke up and went and saw the doctor and got another 2 weeks worth of pills, and I took my pill for today, and I actually noticed that the pill doesn't seem as effective. Like taking a day off, I didn't just kind of go back to normal today. I hope I will tomorrow. I feel like my body has to kind of wind back into it because I screwed up the system a little bit because of the weather. I don't regret that happening. I really don't think it's a big deal, and it's nice to know. I don't want to experiment with myself too much, but it's nice to kind of see what things are like. And I definitely have a lot more clarity in a way that I don't when I don't take the pill. Maybe normal people's lives are like this, but before, if there was something that I didn't want to do or a task that had kind of delayed gratification, I would put it off and put it off and put it off, and I think everyone kind of does that, but I would put it off so much that I would literally never do it, and the idea of doing it was so painful that I would like actively avoid it in a way that goes past being appropriate until they become emergencies. And then once they become emergencies, I am forced to react, and then I get anxious and I get stressed and I know it's my fault, and then I blame myself, and it's just this whole cocktail of problems that would be totally solved and totally fine if I just did what I needed to do. But where my focus is always on very short-term instant gratifications, and I've learned why that is. Actually, the ADHD brain, they know now, experiences an extreme lack of properly regulated dopamine and properly regulated noradrenaline, which becomes adrenaline in your system. So without any medicinal treatment, my dopamine is extremely, extremely, extremely low, to the point where my brain is literally starving for dopamine always. So I'm always doing the quickest, fastest, most instant way of finding something to give me dopamine as quickly as possible, and anything that has kind of delayed gratification gets pushed off and pushed off because my brain on a neurochemical basis is starving. And that's actually why and how they're able to treat ADHD, and there are drugs that allow those chemicals to be regulated, so I don't get like some superhuman, you know, super dopamine. I just kind of get the regular amount that everyone else has. And it just kind of allows me to focus on things without being in a state of desperation, desperately searching for my next hit of dopamine, all of this happening subconsciously. So that's what I learned, and I did 2 weeks of a strength, 2 weeks of another strength, and now I'm on my 3rd round of trying. I'm doing 40 milligrams again, and I'm learning a lot, and it's been really cool. And I'm learning why I do the things that I do from a chemical basis, and then I learn to be responsible for my actions, which is very important because I am not about making excuses, and learning how I can overcome these things, overcome these challenges, and control myself so I can live a happier and more fulfilling and less stressed and anxious life. So yeah, that's my 1 month analysis, and it might change. That's how I'm feeling now, and I'm probably like, you know, beginner's not really luck, but kind of like excitement, like, yeah, this is new, and let's see, we'll see what happens when it's not so new anymore, because this whole thing is new for not only myself, but everybody who lives here, and in a way that kind of affects you guys. So thanks for sticking around, thanks for exploring this with me. I think it's really cool.
Daily vlogs, I want them in my subscription box. I wonder who might drop by, even though sometimes it's Canada outside. So don't go away, we're here every day. It's not ApprenticeEh, it's ApprenticeA. Hey, hey, hey.